Some analysis. Let's bring in Dorothee Boulanger, a fellow at Jesus College in Oxford. She joins me now. Thanks so much for speaking to us on this news hour. Now, with that first presidential debate in Brazil, what do you think came out on top?
Well, actually, neither Lula nor Bolsonaro, both candidates were relatively disappointing in this debate. Bolsonaro, because he wasn't really able to detach himself from his extravagant, his excessive personality and his misogyny. And Lula actually appeared very tired and wasn't always very sharp in his answering questions. Therefore, both candidates were relatively disappointing and left the smaller candidates to be the most assertive and the most aggressive in this first debate.
Well, that doesn't really seem to bode well for Brazilians who are heading to the polls in October. What are the main issues that voters want addressed in the country, and how does this impact the way that they are going to cast their ballots?
There are major issues, and the two candidates, are focusing on very different issues. Clearly, a major problem in Brazil right now is the question of inflation and economic growth. Bolsonaro has not fared too badly, but Lula was also very good with economic growth when he was the president of Brazil between 2003 and 2010. Bolsonaro's presidency has also been marked by the disastrous management of the COVID pandemic and his very, as I mentioned earlier, his very aggressive personality that has also alienated lots of Brazilian support abroad. So what Brazilians want is a candidate that can bring or maintain order, but also a candidate that will be seriously focused on the country's day-to-day issues rather than on, political stances or extravagant behaviors.
You mentioned the economy in Brazil, and Brazil, like so many countries around the world, are experiencing high inflation. Brazil's also the biggest economy in South America. So whoever wins this presidential election, how is that going to affect the regional dynamics involved here?
Yes, well, the thing is, in the past years, the regional dynamic has changed a lot, with lots of relatively leftist governments coming into power in Latin America. So, to that extent, it's not clear whether a new presidency would change the regional balance. What is sure is that in terms of economic growth, Bolsonaro has very strong support from the agribusiness sector, and especially because of his encouragement to farm the Amazon. Lula, on the other hand, is very much vying for the protection of the environment of the Amazon, and therefore is seen much less favorably by agribusiness, which is one of the major sectors of the Brazilian economy.
This is going to be a very interesting election come October. Thank you so much, Dorothee Boulanger, live to us there from Oxford in the UK.
Thank you.